Hey there, y'all. So I have here 6 packs of a living legend Pete Rose cards. Now, these were put out in 2012 by Leaf. From what I understand, there were hobby boxes and blaster boxes or whatever put out of these with the. I could be wrong, but I read somewhere that every box had an autographed card in it. So uh, that would have been cool. But I got these as loose packs in a whole big mixed box not too long ago on eBay. Definitely a fun purchase. Had a lot of interesting card packs in them, from sport, non-sport, baseball, a couple football weird packs, some baseball stickers, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Sometimes with the mixed pack lots, you don't know exactly totally what you're going to be finding in there, but I did see in the pictures there were a couple packs that I was very interested in. I figured, you know what, I'll share the rest with y'all. Now, y'all have seen, if you've seen a couple of the videos that I've done recently on the historic vintage collection super junk wax, that just had a whole mess of Tony La Russa cards in it. And then there was a second video that I did not too long after, that there were definitely a bunch more good cards in there, although it was definitely a mixed lot, that's for sure. Lots and lots of doubles in those packs, and I'm kind of expecting the same here, because if I'm not mistaken, it's only I think a 32 or something like that card set, maybe 50 cards max, and with how many cards per pack in here? 6 cards per pack, 6 packs. I'll probably end up with more than half the set in this. But either way, let's get started on these. It's a 6-pack opening of the living legend Pete Rose. Now, say what you want to about some of the dumb stuff he did, but as far as a player, I mean, if Hall of Fame was based on your playing career, there's no reason that he shouldn't be in. I don't think anybody could debate that. Although I was reading an interesting article not too long ago that said if Ichiro would have started in the majors at the age he did, he might have been above Pete Rose's hit record. I mean, considering how many years he put in, he didn't come too far from it, that's for sure. All right, the living legend Pete Rose cards. These are black and white cards of the Cincinnati Reds. Watch as Pirate first baseman John Milner catches his third inning pop-up on Monday, August 14th, 1978 in Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's Charlie Hustler, right? All right, got 200 there. Cincinnati Reds slugger. I don't know if he was a slugger exactly. He got his 200th hit of the season. It doesn't say what year that is. Cincinnati Reds. Pete Rose rests his chin on his bat as he waits his turn at bat during a game against the New York Mets, Shea Stadium, 1978 in New York. Now, not many of these cards have been graded PSA-wise. If I'm not mistaken, the only one that's been graded and has ever sold was card number 32. And the sale price on that was $14.97. So, I don't know if we'd be getting these graded or not. Don't know how much interest there is. Philadelphia Phillies newly acquired first baseman Pete Rose. That's when he moved over to the Phillies. Classic Phillies uniform there. Cincinnati Reds Pete Rose tips his cap to acknowledge applause from fans on a day of tribute to Pete Rose. That's card number 50. Now that's definitely throwback card. I mean, he's got full hair up front, and those curtains are definitely all sorts of crazy. 1979, the Aqua Velva Cup. I'm going to keep that up on the wall just because of those curtains. Those curtains are crazy. Definite 1970s curtains. And he was the Aqua Velva man. Aqua Velva was a cologne or aftershave, for y'all who don't know. All right. Number 2. Who does number 2 work for? Portrait of Cincinnati Reds infielder and switch hitter Pete Rose in his right-handed batting stance. Now, that's a very young picture of him. All right, turtleneck. That's got to be mid to late 70s. Yep, it's 1977. Also looks like a very early card of his. 1969 portrait. All right, so that's a few years. Well, his rookie card was in 63, so that's definitely a few years into him making his career. Philadelphia Phillies Pete Rose takes batting practice at Dodger Stadium. Oh, there goes Charlie Hustle. Phillies Pete Rose runs hard around the bases. That's one thing. He was a hard player, that's for sure. He played the game like he really wanted to play, that's for sure. Wasn't the best, but worked hard, did hard, played hard, everything, just to be one of the best. I mean, he constantly worked at his craft. It's a good lesson. You don't necessarily start as one of the greats, but you make yourself one of the greats. Pete Rose, 22-year-old second baseman of the Cincinnati Reds, 1963. Yeah, he's looking kind of oldish, that's for sure, but they say he was 22 in that picture. Pete Rose gets into a pitch from Philadelphia Phillies, Randy Lurch. Okay, Lurch charges after a ball as his cap comes off. Yep, that's another great Charlie Hustle picture. The memories here are crazy. Hands the ball to his son, Pete Rose Jr. Yeah, he didn't exactly make it, although I do know that he hit the majors for a little while, but it seems that not every kid of a major league player really makes it. Some do, some don't. Some will, some won't. All right, there we go. Photo shows Pete Rose, Philadelphia Phillies infielder, on March 8th, 1980 at spring training. Now, it's interesting how they'll show the jersey with the number, but they airbrush the team name off the cap. Of course, permissions and licensing and all that other stuff. And the fact that it's Pete Rose, they might not have been allowed to. So, it's one of those things. It would have been better to have seen the team uniform. At least you might know what stage of his career he is. All right, he's popping some champagne there. Number 12, Reds team captain, uncorks a bottle of champagne in the Reds clubhouse. The Western Division National League title, 1976 in Cincinnati. Times the Big Red Machine. Living legend Pete Rose, there we go, with his 3-year-old son. Take time to wash and polish his Sportster. Knows that he's in the running for the MVP, but refused to get too worried. Upper about the whole thing. That's a nice picture. Pete Rose batting action in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, well, there goes Charlie Hustle again, getting over to the ball. Phillies first baseman Pete Rose couldn't pick the low throw from second in the 7th inning of the exhibition game in Tampa, Florida. Pete Rose of the Phillies staggers after crashing into New York Mets shortstop Ron Gardenhire on the base path. I don't know, it doesn't look like he's staggering much, but I guess. Taking a big cut at that. Belts the baseball into center field to complete his 3,630th career hit to match Stan Musial's NL record, 1981. All right, next pack here. Now again, if you didn't hear before, these are issued in 2012 by Leaf. All right, what do we have here? They're all black and white cards. Pete Rose stretches his leg to catch a line drive. Oh, he's looking at the newspaper. Pete Rose relaxes on his hotel bed as he reads the paper about the World Series must game for the Boston Red Sox after the 6th game was postponed because of rain. 1975 in Boston. Looks like he's sliding into second there. Yep, attempts to steal at second base during the 3rd inning. Now it says he attempted. I guess he didn't make it. Next one, veteran National League Baseball star Pete Rose sticks out his tongue. Yep, okay. With snow falling outside the Fenwick Club gym in Cincinnati, the Reds' ace switch hitter and outfielder has worked hard, determined to be in shape when he reports to manager Dave Bristol. And the last card of that pack there, Montreal Expos. Pete Rose breaks into a smile as he warms up prior to their game with the Cincinnati Reds at Riverfront Stadium, 1984. And we have our final pack here of the living legend Pete Rose cards. That has been fun. I just want to say I definitely appreciate all subscribers, comments, thumbs up, all of that great stuff. Make sure you comment if you know of Pete Rose, if you know his career, if you watched him play. What are your thoughts on him? Definitely interested to know. I think he could lead to a lot of interesting conversations, that's for sure. Is interviewed by the press after his game against the New York Mets, in which he tied the record for batting safely in 37 consecutive games. Looks like another young card there. 1965 in Tampa, Cincinnati Reds infielder. Cincinnati Reds batter Pete Rose adjusts his helmet as plate umpire Ed Vargo and San Diego Padres Gene Tennis the Menace. 1973 card, I think it was, they called him Tennis the Menace. It's either 73 or 74. Pete Rose suits up in the uniform of his new team, the Philadelphia Phillies, at the Winter Major League Baseball meetings at Orlando, 1978. Looks like he's saying goodbye there. Cincinnati Reds Pete Rose tips his hat to the crowd from first base after tying Ty Cobb's hitting record with a line drive to right field. Okay, so he wasn't saying goodbye, he's saying thank you. September 8th, 1985. That looks like a later picture of him. Definitely gotten a bit chunkier. Philadelphia Phillies first baseman Pete Rose gets in his first spring training cuts Monday, March 1st, 1983, in Clearwater, Florida, as the full squad opened camp. So pretty cool, pretty interesting stack of cards, that's for sure. I mean, I do like those funky curtains. Those definitely remind me of a lot of apartment curtains or drapes, or what do they call them now? Window treatments. Yes, window treatments. God, from the 1970s. I mean, you know, if you find a set of those and they're in great condition, somebody might buy them for a real nice penny. That's for sure. Especially if they're vintage or made by, I don't know. Think of a curtain maker or even a department store from them, like Bambergers or Gimbals. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this. I definitely had fun ripping through these. Again, I appreciate all subscribers, comments, thumbs up, even the thumbs down. Y'all take care, stay well, stay blessed, Bunkle out.